In 2010, the small island of Haiti was hit with a 7.0 magnitude earthquake.
En 2010, Tizel Haiti te frappé par un tremblement de terre ak yon quantité 7.0 sur lequel Richter.
This caused over 400,000 deaths and many injuries.
Sa te la cause plis pase 400,000 moun mouri ak an pil moun pran domaj ak so.
Buildings fell and the earth below was shifted.
Building yo tombe et terre en bas li deplase.
This moment being one of the most devastating things to ever happen to a group of people.
Momen sa a te nan pi go dezas ki jam rive yon peyi.
Fear and dread was upon them.
La parez ak kesote te envayi moun yo.
As 50 plus aftershocks moved through the island, the panic never left.
Pendant 50 ti piti trembleman de te sot pase sou zil la, panik la pat jam ale.
As the people stood trying to comprehend what was happening to them,
Nan moman sa, tout pep la kampe ap eseye kompren sa kap pase yo.
people on the outside saw a cursed people, a people who seemed as if they were fated to suffer.
Moun ki deyo yo, tap we yo pran yo kom yon pep madishan, yon pep ki te semble kondane pou yo soufri.
I say this was the start of things to come. As the world shook then, it will shake again as the word of God comes down to destroy the foundations of our fleshly ways.
Mwen di sa kom komanseman bagay ki pral vini, paske le moun te tremble le sa li pral tremble anko. Padan parol bon Dieu desen pou detwi fondasyon fason nou nan lache ko nou ak pou chanje fason panse nou. Yo nouvo l'esprit.
And to shift our mindsets into a new mind.
Pou nou genyen an nouvo l'esprit, an nouvo tèt.
Shalom. This is Deacon Edwin and Deacon Mike Joseph. Today we come to you with a message that shall shake the very foundation of your morality and thoughts.
Shalom, se Deacon Edwin avek Deacon Mike Joseph. Jodi a mwen nou vin ba nou yon mesaj ki pral brase fondasyon moralite nou ak fe refleksyon nou nan. Merci.
Shalom, everyone. Welcome to King James Bible University. This is Deacon Edwin and Deacon Mike. Before we get started, we'd like to inform you that we have no affiliation with any Christian churches or doctrines, Israelite camps, or Israelite doctrines, or Black Power movements.
Shalom tout moun, bienvenue nan University Biblique King James. Se Diak Edwin ak Diak Mike. Avan nou komanse, nou vle informe yo ke nou pa gen anken afilyasyon ak anken l'Eglise Chrétien, ou swa doktrin Chrétien, ou bien kran Israelet, ou swa doktrin Israelet, ou swa mouvment pouvoi noir.
We stand alone, solely using the 1611 Sovereign King James Bible with the Apocrypha.
Sel servi avek Bib Wa Jacques Souven 6:11 la, ak apakryf yo. Se sel Bib sa nou use.
Let's turn to the book of Isaiah 29:6. Thou shalt be visited of the Spirit of God of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire.
Esaïe 29, verset 6. Seye qui gen tout pouvoir a poal vizite ou avec louage, tremblement de terre, gobi, ak tempête.
These natural disasters and destroying phenomena are what he uses to show that the earth belongs to him, and he has the power to bring these things upon the land.
Se dezaz naturel sa yo ak fenomen destrik sa yo li itilize pou moutre ke te sa pou li, epi li gen pouvoi pou fè bagay sa yo tombe sou terre.
In these visitations, he comes to purge and cast out the foolish. As a people who aren't ashamed of what we do, of how we can commit idolatry, kill, and steal from our own brethren. How can we defile our sisters, fornicate, be in adultery, and so many other things?
Nan vizit sa yo, li vin pou purifiye epi chase moun sot yo. Nou menm an tanke pep, nou pa want sa nap fe. Ki jan nou ka komet idolatri, touye, epi vole nan prop fwe nou yo. Ki jan nou ka avile se nou yo, fe fornikasyon, tombe nan adelite ak an pil lot bagay ankor.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 8 and verse 12. Were they ashamed when they had committed abomination? Nay, they were not at all ashamed, neither could they blush. Therefore shall they fall among them that fall. In the time of their visitation, they shall be cast down, saith the Spirit of God.
Jeremy 8:12. Eske yo te want, eske yo te fe yon bagay degoutan? Non, yo pat want de tout. Yo pat kapab want de tout. Se pou tèt sa, yo pral tombe, mem jan ak lot moun ki pral tombe yo. Le jou pou yo vin jwen mwen, se va bot yo. Se mwen mem seye ki di sa.
We are full of pride and ignorance. We were taught from Christian pastors, Catholic priests, witches and warlocks, and voodoo teachers who had no right and no knowledge to teach us about God. None of us are clean. All our hands are full of blood. For this reason, we have been punished with many wonderful punishments.
Nou plen yo gay ak ignorans. Pasteur chrétien, prêtre katolik, sorcier ak magicien, ak profes voodoo te enseye nou. Yo pat gen dwa ni konesans pou yo enseye nou sou bon Dieu. Pa gen yon nan nou ki prop, tout men nou plen san. Se pou tèt sa yo pini nou an ak an pil, an bel pinisyon.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 15. And when ye spread forth your hands, I will hide mine eyes from you. Yea, when ye make many prayers, I will not hear. Your hands are full of blood.
Esaïe 1:15. Le nou leve men nou an lea pou nou la priye nan pied nou, map bouche jem pou mpa we nou. Men le nou fe an pil la priye, mwen pap tande nou. Men nou plen san.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 26. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh.
Proverbe 1:26. M'a ri, le nap soufri. M'a pase nou nan betiz. Le nap pe ap rive. Le pe nou rive, m'a pri nou.
He laughs at us after we do all these sins. Then we try to beg for help when we are afraid of the pains and terrors and torments put upon us. Because we put ourselves in these problems. We sold ourselves to these sins.
Li ri nou apre nou fin fè tout peche sa yo. Apre sa, nou eseye mandel ed. Le doule arrive. La tare ak touman ki tombe sou nou. Paske nou mette tèt nou nan problem sa yo. Nou van tèt nou bay peche sa yo.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 52 and verse 3. For thus saith the Spirit of God, ye have sold yourselves for naught, and ye shall be redeemed without money.
Esaïe 52, verset 3. Men sa seye a di, nou vend tèt nou pou gran mesi. Nou pa bezwen paye l'ajan pou rachete nou.
We sold ourselves for nothing. What did we get in return for all the voodoo and Christianity and Catholicism? Nothing. Just pain and misery, distraught. How can we not see this? We are mocked by the heathen, the people not of Israel.
Nou te vend tèt nou pou gran mesi. Ki sa nou te jwen nan retou pou tout voodoo a, Christianis la, a katolik la. Pa gen an yen ki distre nou. Se doule ak mizer selman. Ki jan nou ka pa wè sa? Moun payen yo, moun ki pa pep Israel la, a pase nou nan rizib.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 2 and verse 15. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men called the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth?
Lamentation 2, verset 15. Tout moun ka pase bor la ap bat men yo pou yap souffle, yap fè siflet pou moun la vil Jerusalem yo. Yo di, eske se la vil yorele bel pafe ha? La vil ki fè ke tout la terre content?
This is what they say. Are these black people here really the children of Israel? Are they really the ones chosen to be close to him? Even through all this, he still won't cast us away.
Men, sa yap di, eske moun noa sa yo, isit la, se vweman pitit Israel yo? Eske yo vweman moun yo chwazi pou yo rete poch li? Men, nan tout bagay sa yo, li pap rejete nou, li pap jete nou.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 31 and verse 35. Thus saith the Spirit of God, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Spirit of God of hosts is his name.
Jérémie 31, verset 35. Men sa se a di, li même ki bay soleil la pou klere la jounen. Li bay la lin la ak zétoile yo, l'ord pou klere la nuit. Li même ki fait la mer, les vagues li yo gondre. Se seye qui gen tout pouvoir, yo rele li.
Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 36. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith the Spirit of God, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation.
Jérémie 31, verset 36. Si prinsip sa yo va kembe devam, se seye ki di sa. Si se kon sa, pep Israel la va sispon yo nasyon devam. So, si prinsip sa ka soti li, la bjete pep Israel. Men ou konen prinsip sa yo pa jam soti.
Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 37. Thus saith the Spirit of God, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundation of the earth, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith the Spirit of God.
Jérémie 31, verset 37. Men, sa seye a di ankor, si moun ka mezire siel la an haut, si yon moun ka fouye fondasyon la terre en bas, m'a voye tout moun pep Israel yo jete pou tèt tout sa yo fait. C'est moi-même seye qui dit ça.
But these things aren't possible, so he would never cast us away. But surely we will be punished because we are his children.
Men bagay sa yo pa posib. Ki donk li pap jam jete nou. Men selman la pini nou. Paske nou se pitit li.
The book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 1. Hear this word that the Spirit of God have spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying.
Amos 3, verset 1. Koute parol sa a seye a di kont nou. Nou menm pitit Ezraël yo, selman mwen konen, kont tout fami mwen te fe soti ki te peyi l'Egypte la, li di.
Amos chapter 3 and verse 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
I'm going to read Amos 3 and 1 again. And 3 too. I'm going to read them straight. Amos 3, verset 1. Koute parol sa, seye a di kont nou. Nou menm pitit Israel yo, kont tout fami mwen, te fe soti ki te peyi l'Egypte la, li di. Amos 3, verset 2. Nan tout fami ki sou la terre, se nou menm sel mwen konen. Se pou tèt sa, ma pini nou pou tout méchanceté nou yo.
Why do you think all these torments happen to us? Why we are marked, ridiculed, poor? Why? Do we ever think on these things? It is punishment. He knows who we are, but we don't know him.
Sa, ou pense tout man sa yo rive nou? Pou ki sa nou pense nou pase nan betiz, point jouman, epi nou pov. Pou ki sa? Eske nou jam pense ak bay sa? Yo se pinisyon, li konen ki es nou ye, men nou pa konen li.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel does not know, my people doth not consider.
Esaïe 1, verset 3. Bef la konen met li, bouik la konen kote kabon met li ye. Men, pep Israel la, pa konen yen. Pep mwen pa kompren yen.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 5 and verse 4. Therefore I said, surely these are poor, they are foolish, for they know not the way of the Spirit of God, nor the judgment of their God.
Jérémie 5, verset 4. C'est peut-être ça, moi dit, mais yo ban pauvre, yo sot, yo pa kon ni chemin seye, ni jugement bon Dieu yo.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 5, verse 11 and verse 12. For the house of Israel and the house of Judah have dealt very treacherously against me, saith the Spirit of God. They have belied the Spirit of God and said, it is not he, neither shall evil come upon us, neither shall we see sword nor famine.
Jérémie 5, verset 11. Moun Israel yo ak moun Jida yo trahim en pile. C'est moi-même, c'est qui dit ça. Jérémie 5, verset 12. Yo te nié c'est yo dit, c'est pas lui même qui est. Malheur pas privé nous. Nous pas ouais la guerre ni gangou.
We do not know and we don't consider these things. But we will know, my brothers and sisters, because the time is at hand. The time to wake up and learn who you truly are, to learn about your God and learn of your family, all your forefathers from the Bible, to all your brothers and sisters here in Jamaica, Bahamas, America, Panama, and all the surrounding places. It is now time for us as a people to no more be called Haitians, but to take our proper places as Hebrews and children of Israel. That's who Christ was sent to redeem.
Nous pas connaît et nous pas considérer bagay sa yo. Mais nap connaît frère ak sèm yo. Parce que les arrivé, les pour nous réveiller et puis apprendre qui est nous yé tout bon vrai. Pour nous apprendre connaît bon Dieu nous et puis apprendre connaît famille nous yo. Tout zanzet nous yo dans Bible là. Pour tout frère ak sœur nous yo ici là, dans Jamaïque, dans Bahamas, dans Amérique, dans Panama, à tout côté qui ozolanto yo. Li le konya pour nous-mêmes peuple là parler haïtien encore, mais pour nous prendre place qui approprié nous comme hébreux ak petit Israël. Moun Christ te voye pour racheter.
The book of Matthew, chapter 15 and verse 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Matthieu 15, verset 24. Mais li répond, li dit, c'est pas seulement pour mouton perdu dans kay Israël là, yo voyem. C'est seulement pour mouton perdu dans kay Israël là, yo voyem.
We are lost sheep. We don't know who our master is, but now we know. It's not that Christian image of Jesus, not those Catholic statues of prophets, nor fake spirits conjured by voodoo people, but it is the true and living God, the invisible God, the God not created with man's hands, the God that cannot die, Jehovah, the Spirit of God.
Nous se mouton perdu, nous pas kon qui est met nous ye. Mais kon ya nous connaît, c'est pas image chrétien Jésus ya, ni estati catholique prophète yo, ni fol esprit moun voodoo yo inventé, mais c'est bon Dieu tout bon, bon Dieu vivant, bon Dieu invisible, bon Dieu qui pas créé ak men moun, bon Dieu qui pas ka mouri, Jéhovah, l'Esprit bon Dieu.
This message is to all fake pastors and teachers and elders from Christianity, Catholicism, Voodooism, and any other religious sect in Haiti. Your time is up. For the Spirit of God has come to free his children and to destroy your churches and worship places. Take heed and change your ways, my brothers and sisters. Let us learn the true salvation of our God. He is due to reward us if we are found righteous, for the God is not slack.
Message ça, c'est pour tout faux pasteur, professeur ak ancien qui sorti nan chrétien, catholique, voodoo ak tout lot sek religion ak nan Haïti. Tan nou fini paske l'esprit bon Dieu a vini pour libérer petit li yo, et puis pour détruire l'église à côté adoration nou yo. Fais attention et puis changer façon nou, frère aksem yo. An apprend vraie délivrance bon Dieu a. Li mérite récompense li sous nous jwen jis, parce que bon Dieu pas négligent.
The book of 2 Peter, chapter 3 and verse 9. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long-suffering toward usward. But is long-suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance.
Pierre 3, verset 9. Seigneur, pas point retard pour kembe promesse li. Jean kek moun kwe li point. Au contraire, li point patience ak nou. Li pa vle person peri, men li vle tout moun repenti.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach, chapter 11 and verse 26. For it is an easy thing unto the Creator in the day of death to reward a man according to his ways.
Ecclesiasticus 11, verset 26. Paske li fasil pou Seigneur a ba yon moun sal merite dapre sal fe jou la mort.
We will be rewarded with either life and peace or death and hell. We will be rewarded at the end of the day.
Nap jwen rekompans nou nan la vi ak la paix, ou bien lan mort ak l'enfer. Nap jwen rekompans nou nan fin jounen.
Thank you for everyone for joining us today. We pray someone got some understanding. Please leave a comment if you have any questions, or you can send an email at Mike78177@gmail.com.
Merci tout moun ki te vin jwen nou jodi a. Mwen priye pou yon moun ka kompwen sal pou ka gen on kompwen. Bon, tan pri ki te yon komant si ou gen n'importe question, ou bien ou ka voye yon email nan Mike Miike7817 nan gmail.com. Merci. Shalom, everybody. This is your brother and Deacon for today, Deacon Mike Joseph. Before we get started, I'd like to let everyone know here at King James Bible University, we have no affiliations or ties with any Christian camps or Christian doctrines, Israelite camps, Israelite doctrines, Black Power movements, Black Power camps, or any other movement of that sort. Before we get, today we'll be talking about beauty and the deep skin, how it is used and how powerful it can be. So, the flower, the beauty of them. What is the beauty of the flower? Is it the colors, the shape, the smell it gives? What is it? What makes a person take that flower and give it to loved ones? Is it really that great? As comparing the attractive male and female, their outside beauty to the eyes, how captivating is their looks? This beauty, what is it? The height, the muscles, the body? Why can people get so infatuated with it? When you have it, how should it be used? Which is the question. Why can people get so infatuated with it? Why these questions? Okay, this question came about just thinking. So I've looked in the mirror when I was younger, at times past, looking and seeing what I could edit, delete, transform from my outside appearance. Um, all right. This really isn't about insecurity, but about the effects of if I were to be able to do those things, what would happen to my mind and what would I be searching for? You know, what is it that you're searching for when you want to do these things and when you're not comfortable with your own body? So we're gonna see some things, and we're gonna do some checks and look at ourselves, and you know, we all should be over this, but this just something to just look back on sometimes. Make sure it's all gone. So Proverbs 31, verse 30, and it reads, favor is deceitful and beauty is vain. But, however, a woman, a spirit that feareth the Spirit of God, she shall be praised. So, favor is deceitful and beauty is vain. So, favor and beauty from the flesh is deceit. It looks like a blessing to some, but it's really not. Now, the question is, when I was looking to do these things, was it favor I was looking for? That's the question. And you all can answer, if you guys ever had that issue too, answer for yourselves. Out of my mouth, I would say no. But in my heart, I would say it would be a yes. One second. When I wanted these things, I didn't want it to be loud. I wanted the silent ones. I wanted loud. I didn't want the praise that was loud, but I wanted the silent praises. The ones from people's inner thoughts. I wanted to be tall and big and muscular. Not so someone could come up to me and say, wow, bro. But for someone to see me in the streets and think to themselves, how can they get like that? Think to themselves, I need him to show me the way. For them to think themselves, to say, wow, he must have a lot going on. So, as I look, I wanted their spirit to see my flesh and worship, wishing to be like me, using the impressing of someone, not for respect, using, the impressing of someone not for respect, but for their mind. So basically, not, someone showing respect, like, bro, yeah, you big, bro, that's cool. But for someone to, so I could be in someone's mind for them to think about me. It's like the saying when someone says, it's sort of like the term that a lot of our Hebrew women like to use, where they say they about to step on somebody's neck, meaning when they step out, they're gonna be looking good, so everybody's gonna be looking and feeling a certain type of way. Basically, a provoking, causing envy. All right. So now, what we are seeing actually, what I discovered that I was working through that thought and that mindset was this. 2 Thessalonians 2 verse 4. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. All right. This is what would have happened if I was able to modify, update, do these things to my flesh. Because why would I modify my body if not to be seen by others? This is a subtle thing and how deep it goes. Basically, the wanting to sit in someone's temple. The temple should be spent on the Most High, not on another man. We're going to look here at Ecclesiasticus, which is also called Sirach. And we are going to go to chapter 6, verse 37, and it reads, Let thy mind be upon the ordinances of the Lord, and meditate continually in his commandments. He shall establish thine heart, and give thee wisdom at thine own desire. So now, for this 2 Thessalonians, 1 second. Evangelist Travis calling me. I don't know why. You need to get on, brother. But so this one who opposes and exalted himself above all that is called God. So he's sitting in the temple, but in the temple should be the ordinances of the Creator and his commandments, his words. That should be in the temple, in the mind, with the spirit. But this right here is sitting in the temple. All right. Ecclesiasticus 6:37. So we're going to go to now. 1 second. So now we're going to go to Isaiah 3 verse 12. All right, and it reads, As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths. All right. So the children are these works. The works are the oppressors. And the women, these spirits, are the rulers. So the children oppress, the women rule. So the women become king. So their spirit becomes king. So as the one that exalted himself, his works, and his spirit rule and oppress the one following this, the temple that he's sitting inside, he is controlling that temple. All right. As the term influence, these spirits are what can control people. These women are multiple spirits. These women over here, multiple spirits. And the one that's exalted himself is them spirits that they have inside of them, and they're controlling. All right. Now let's look at Marc 5. We'll look at these multiple spirits. Verse 9. And he asked him, what is thy name? What is thy way? And he answered, saying, my name, my way is Legion, for we are many. There's a lot of them out here, a lot of spirits, a lot of evil spirits. And these spirits, they're going to be oppressing. We're going to go to verse 6. So these spirits, they're oppressors and they're accusers. Mark 6, verse 13, it reads, and they cast out many devils, and anointed with oil many that were sick, and healed them. So these many devils, many evil ones, wicked ones, you got to cast them out. This legion here. Now we go to verse 9. Let's see who had these legions coming up on her. I'm sorry, Mark 16, verse 9. And it reads, now when Jesus was risen, early the first day of the week, he appeared first to Mary Magdalene, out of whom he had cast 7 devils. He removed these 7 accusers, these 7 spirits, evil men, from her, these oppressors. This is what was ruling her. But he cast them out. The 7 is completion, until completion. So there was, I say 7, but there was a lot more than this. There's a lot of them, because there's legion, their ways are many. And what we can see, just as the 7 women who took hold of one man, we can see this right here in Isaiah 4:1. It says, in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name, thy way, to take away our reproach. So these 7 women, these 7 spirits, it's a multitude of them. They're going to take a hold of one man. Just like that man that exalted himself got all them spirits in him. And this is what he's going to be breeding out. Okay? That's how our brother, our forefather, King Solomon, got caught up in 1 Kings 1 Kings 11, verse 1. It says, "But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, the Ammonites, the Edomites, the Zidonians, and the Hittites." We're going to skip over the next to number 3. And he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart. That's what they do. 7 women, a multitude of women. It's completed women, spirits. They're going to take over that one man. And you remember, Solomon was the wisest man on this earth. And he fell like this. So we're going to look at something again about these 7 spirits, right? And let's look at this right quick. Proverbs, and see how they working. All right. And they say, Proverbs 6, verse 16, it says, "These 6 things does the Spirit of God hate, yea, 7 are an abomination unto him." So let's read them one by one. A proud look. So that one that exalted himself, got that proud look. A lying tongue. Hands that shed innocent blood, that lifestyle. A heart that deviseth wicked imaginations. Feet. Desires that be swift and run into mischief. A false witness that speaketh lies, including he that soweth discord among brethren. These 7 things right here, God hates these. These evil works. It's like the 7 women. They gonna talk like they know some, but it's all wickedness at the end. Just like the one that exalted himself, they want to sit in your temple. Just like I wanted to be big, wanted to be a certain way, look tall, so I could sit in people's temples. Just so you can see this right here. A proud look. My pride was kicking in. The proud look. All right. These are the spirits inside the one who exalted themselves. These works of an oppressor, which I wanted to be, using the physical flesh as a tool to lure the masses, or even just one man. And that prideful spirit that was in me, being the ruler over another man's temple, what I would be causing is envy, provoking people to want to be like me, to desire me in my flesh, and for people to strive to be like me. Example is someone as a pro athlete. Kids want to be them, women want them, and men want to be like them. And if that is what's driving their spirit, meaning that proud look, that lying tongue, these spirits, if that's what's driving them, they will use that for their advantage, and will have the people who look at them a special way. They'll be able to use them as slaves, making themselves the ruler, king, and God of that person's mind. Basically, someone, let's say if I was LeBron James, I would have the power because of my notoriety and my stature, all these things. I would have the ability to control someone's spirit because they would trust me because of my power and my fame and my look. And I could use that in a harmful way. Basically, they would be promising and trusting me as their rightful oppressor, their rightful ruler. And this comes about from this, actually. What the issue is in John. Actually, 1 John. What people get messed up and we were warned of. Verse 1 John 2, verse 15, and it reads, love not the world. So don't promise and trust it. Neither the things that are in the world. So these people in the flesh. If any man, if any male or female, promise the world, promise and trust the world, the promise and trust of the Father is not in him. Because remember, he's trusting in flesh. So me, yeah, I wanted them to trust in my flesh, but really my spirit was going to rule over them. And I have a proud look, an evil spirit ruling me. So that evil spirit is going to rule them. All right? All right. So now we're going to go to verse 16. And it reads, for all that is in the world, so I'm in the world, you in the world, our flesh in the world, the lust of the flesh. So we see it's a lust. We lust after this flesh. It looks good, just how people did Saul. He was tall, he was big. They requested him because how he looked. And the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father. So this has nothing to do with the Father, but is of the world. All right. So the lust of the eyes, understanding. Someone will see someone and trust and promise them off of just looks and notoriety. And that thing will make someone your guide, who you take. We have to remember the spirit controls the body. However, if the spirit is being controlled by the works of flesh, it's not being controlled by the works of Jehovah. Let's see the king who fell from looks and beauty. And we could see this in the Apocrypha. In Judith 16. Okay, before we hit Judith, let's go to Ecclesiasticus first, actually. Oops. Ecclesiasticus. Hold on one second, y'all. 39. All right, we're going to read this right here. So, you're looking at beauty. Okay? Remember, people can use what they have for either good or evil. Remember this. So, Ecclesiasticus 39, verse 27. All things are for good to the godly. So to the sinners, they are turned into evil. So we're going to remember that. Now let's read Judith 16, verse 7. It's our sister, a big sister. Judith 16, verse 7. For the mighty one did not fall by the young men, neither did the sons of the Titans smite him, nor high giants set upon him. But Judith, the daughter of Merari, weakened him with the beauty of her countenance. So she used this for good to kill this king, because she used her beauty for good. Now let's see, verse 8. For she put off the garment of her widowhood for the exaltation of those that were oppressed in Israel, and anointed her face with ointment, and bound her hair in a tire, and took the linen garment to deceive him. So, as one could use their good looks to deceive evilly, she used it for good to kill this king. And remember, all things are for good to the godly. All right? A person will fall because of countenance of another, because the flesh is deceitful. As certain flowers, beautiful to look upon, but when you grab it, thorns and pricks. If you smell it, you can get nausea. If you eat it, you can be poisoned. Some flowers can even kill you. We'll see this here. Let's give y'all an example. Different flowers. Got wolfsbane. Let's look at wolfsbane. Wolfsbane gets its name for being the poison used to kill carnivores such as wolves and panthers in the 18th century. It was put in raw meat to bait animals. I mean, you guys can look at this one again. Look how beautiful this flower is. You gonna mess up. Get into it. Look at these. It's called the oleander. Oleander is that one plant you see everywhere. You see these everywhere. Along highways and public gardens and sunny backyards. It's tough. It blooms beautifully. But also one of the most poisonous plants in the world. What can it do? All parts of this plant is toxic. Leaves, flowers, stems, even smoke from burning it. Eating one leaf can be fatal for a child or a small animal. Contains cardiac glycosides that cause heart failure. See? All these. Look at this one. Giant hogweed. Causes blisters, scarring, permanent light sensitivity. Can cause blindness if sap gets into eyes. This is the same thing as the flesh. People admiring it, getting caught up, eating it. All these flowers, look at this. Monk's hood. The purple flower looks royal and elegant. Yeah, it sure does. Which makes it deadly. Side even more shocking. In old times, people used monk's hood to make poison for hunting and war. Even touching it, bare hands can be risky. That's crazy. So we got to be careful with this flesh. Careful with what we want to eat. All right? Because that's the flower and the beauty of it. It's like the flesh. And it faded. All right? Now let's see some more things real quick. All right? But the thing is, let's go to Numbers 11. Just like if I were to exalt myself, this is what the people that follow me would be saying right here. Numbers 11. Verse 13. And it says, whence should I have flesh to give unto this people, all this people? For they weep unto me, saying, give us flesh that we may eat. That's what we want. That's what that one that exalts himself gonna say, okay, this is what y'all want. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you. Here you go. All right. We lust for flesh to learn it's strong and desirable, but this way is what we must do. Ecclesiasticus 9. So when you get that person that got that proud look, that exalted himself, makes himself beautiful on the outside, that's what happens. That's what we must do. Turn away thine eye from a beautiful woman, and look not upon another's beauty. For many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman. For herewith love is kindled as a fire. All right. So, the desirable spirits we must remove from. The spirit of the haughty man, because of their beauty, can cause one to desire that spirit, or actually desire that flesh, which is like an infection that can spread. That's what's going on. Proverbs 24. So we shouldn't have no desire for this, but we get caught up sometimes. Proverbs 24 verse 1, it says, be not envious against evil men, neither desire to be with them. Don't desire this. All right. And we're going to go verse 9. Remember, these men, they have the spirits in them. He's got their wives. So Ecclesiasticus 9 verse 9, it says, sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thine arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine, lest thine heart incline unto her, so through thy desire thou fall into destruction. All right. So don't be envious of another man's wife. Spirit they got. You're gonna get caught up and get got. And we're gonna go to verse 11. It says, envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end. While we envy this, while we desire this, we shouldn't want their glory. All right. That flesh is an oppressor. With the works of it, there is pride, which is the beginning of sin. You can see this, Proverbs 11, verse 2. When pride cometh, then cometh shame, but the lowly is wisdom. I got this actually from Deacon Tremaine. This pride brings shame to the spirit, because the flesh will continue to grow and suffocate that spirit, putting it to nakedness and dishonor, not only to oneself, but to others of contact with that spirit. So, Proverbs 3, verse 31, and it reads, envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. So the sinner shouldn't envy, shouldn't have no desire for it, to be provoked to want this. We shouldn't want none of his ways. All right? So what we must do, well, Let's see one more thing. Wisdom of Solomon. Wisdom of Solomon 2. Verse 24. It reads, Nevertheless, through envy of the devil, so that one that exalted himself, came death into this world, and they that do hold of his side, so that love, they hold it to that man, that those multiple spirits do find it. So you're gonna find that death. You know. So you're gonna find this death because of envy. Choosing your oppressor to be your guide. And what I saw from me wanting to update myself, it's not even possible to make yourself taller, bro. Well, some fools will cut their legs off and add rods and things like that, but it's craziness. And what they're looking for is to be worshipped. So let me see something. 1 second, y'all. I got one more verse for y'all. All right, our last scripture is going to be Galatians 6:8. For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. Why I say this? To everyone that looks in the mirror, let's look at it physically. Your flesh has this thing called your epidermis. That's your skin, the skin you see on the outside. Did you know our body sheds? And did you know what covers our flesh? Is dead skin. This upper layer is dead. So when the term the flesh is dead, the upper layer is actually dead. It covers and it protects the flesh. So I want you to really think about that. The covering of flesh is a dead covering. Let's look at this. Below it, it's alive. Got the blood cells. But what happens? The dead cells, they move up to protect. It was just something that I saw, man. It blew my mind because the flesh is actually dead, literally. All right, this has been Deacon Mike Joseph. Hope y'all get some understanding. Stay tuned to the next teaching. Everybody, I say shalom.